What's up, everybody? I'm mel.on.mars, and thank you so much for joining me today. On my channel, every Wednesday, we talk about a relationship topic, and today is no different. Today, we're going to discuss the age-old question: does size matter? I didn't want to address this thing in the way that most men do. We kind of justify our own whatever we got. We try to make it ourselves feel good about it, and other men feel bad about it. So I want to address it as a social experiment. I want to ask multiple women, what do they feel about this topic? Let's go on to the next person. This lady, me and her have been cool for a while, and she's very intelligent. She has a great family, a great husband, doing some great things, and she chimed in on this with a great comment. I had a lot of ladies who had a great comments, but this is definitely one of those. She said, it depends. It can be short, no less than 5 inches, but it has to be thick. Don't need to be a mandingo. It's more of the motion in the ocean. Not so much the size of the ship. Unless it's a female with a huge loose snatch, then obviously size would matter. So I asked the same question: do you believe you naturally will like a certain size? Because if you had sex with the person you lose your virginity to for the rest of your life, do you have anything to compare it to? She says not at all. Hell, some women that's focused on size probably ain't never had an orgasm and probably don't know how to get one. So size wouldn't really matter if they don't know what they're doing. So honestly, a man can't control the size of his penis, so it's up to the woman to get satisfaction from what is presented to her if she chooses to. Guys, that's an emphatic point. You gotta give it to her on this one. A man cannot control the size of his penis. So if you're gonna be with that man, it's what you choose to be with. I'm going to discuss this and the fact that so many black girls are experiencing sex so early from their grown uncles. By the time they're grown, their coochies are extremely loose. Am I lying? Am I lying, guys? And she says, looseness come from effing too much, not the stretching from a D. Remember, we stretch 10 centimeters wide to push babies out. Well, I told you guys she has several kids. And they snap back like nothing happened. Coochie loses grip from too much friction on the walls. On them walls. To the wall. And I said, oh, you have had the best point so far. That makes sense for sure. So if a woman is craving a big penis and that's all that satisfies her, it's obvious that she's had too many partners. And she said, yeah, basically. Or she just like Monster D. Then I asked that same question: do you believe women should openly clown a man for his size? She said, hell no. That's detrimental to a man's self-esteem and ego, unless he's openly talking about her bad coochie. She shouldn't be saying S about him. Then we have a lady here that says something very quick. She just says, asked the size matter why or not. She says no, and I'm not sure what else she was talking about beyond that. Let's move on to another lady I feel like was very truthful. She said, in my opinion, it matters. Now, you don't have to be Matumbo size, but you do have to be working with something. And I said, I hear you for sure. Now, let me ask this. Did it matter on your first time? And I said, hope that makes sense. She says, my first time was complete garbage, just like all of us, right? But she said, it hurt like hell, so not really. But I think your first time, you don't even know what you want or like, because you need to learn what actually pleases you. And I said, I hear you. So do you believe you naturally will like a certain size? Because if you have sex with a man you lose your virginity to for the rest of your life, do you have anything to compare it to? And she says, I see your point. Or what if you only have sex with him, but y'all bring things to spice things up? Like for instance, a dildo of bigger size, and it please you better than him. Would size be a factor then? I said, hey, I'm asking the questions here. That's a great point. I seriously don't know, but I would think the man would reject her using anything bigger than him. I know I would. I'm just telling you that right now. Baby, if you're watching this, we can't use nothing bigger than me. But and she agreed with me. She said he probably would, because I'm sure that may cause an issue. And I said, absolutely. Final question. I asked her the same one I asked the lady earlier. If a gentleman had 90% of what it took to fulfill you, but he didn't come close to your desired size, would you two live happily ever after? I'm 30 years old. 90% of anything is damn near unheard of these days. I'll take it. This next lady been riding me for a long time here. She's a great lady as well. Definitely has a good marriage going on, and I'm not sure she have any children, but she definitely been with her husband for a while. And so she gave me a great response here. She says, "Oh Lord, nope, it doesn't. It's the connection that matters. Physical capabilities may fade, but love and compassion can withstand physical imperfections nicely." But grown talk. If you're a virgin or haven't experienced many partners, you wouldn't have a clue as to what's small or not, tight or large. I said, wow. The second part answered my question perfectly. So do you believe that for women to complain about a small penis and or crave a bigger penis is because she is not a virgin or she has had too many partners? She said, yes, I do. I said, I knew I wasn't crazy. I plan to break that down, especially the fact that so many black girls experience sex so early from their grown uncles. About time they're an adult, their coochie spread all out. She said, there's nothing but the truth. It's a subject that won't be welcome, but it has to be said. I guarantee you there will be those that won't admit it. Also, if they give themselves time to tighten instead of jumping from one P to the next, you know what I mean. I definitely know what you mean. Guys, this next lady is very funny to me. I'm sorry, we laugh a lot. We talk about a lot of my topics. We disagree a lot, but here we go. She said, well, I don't know if I'm a good person to ask this because I have limited experience, laugh out loud, but the guys I've been with haven't been huge, but they were able to please me as long as oh Lord, I remember this. So as long as the head is good, I'm good. Also for me, the connection I have with the person helps in my arousal. Understandable. I was with the guy once who had the smallest one I've ever seen, but he was a great kisser and did well with giving head, and I really liked him as a person. So although I didn't feel anything when we had sex, I enjoyed the overall experience with him. Hope that helps. I said, it definitely does. But do you mean, I'm probably meant to say, what do you mean you didn't feel anything? And she said, like he was on top of me and I couldn't feel his D inside. I said, what? He didn't go inside your vagina hole at all? And she said, I mean, he was in there, but I wasn't feeling any different than what it feels like to have a tampon in. Oh. That hurt me on there, I ain't gonna lie. I said, dang, so let me ask you this. Do you believe that would be the case if he was your first? Probably. I'm not like super loose now, laugh out loud. I've been with 4 people and it's been years between each time. I said, okay, makes sense. Guys, this next lady had me rolling on the floor laughing. When I say laughing, I'm talking about laughing. Crying. She said, yes, it matters. I hate when women says it doesn't, then have the audacity to say, no, it doesn't, long as he knows how to work it. BS. It matters he can know what? It matters. He can know how to work it, and when he's still not hitting that spot, you mad, and I mean big mad. Like he owe you something. Nah, sis, remember what you said. Women think and are just like men. They need to acknowledge the fact that we came from Adam's rib, and we are more like man. We are more like a man than we seem to think. They need to get out their feelings, saying as cause it sounds or look good. Hashtag just be a man about it, like Tony Braxton said. And I said, I hear you. So do you believe you naturally will like a certain size? Because if you have sex with the man you lose your virginity to for the rest of your life, do you have anything to compare it to? She said, good question. I think when you lose your virginity at that point in your life, you're like 18, 19, maybe a little younger. You're way younger, sis. Or could be a little older, but at that point in your life, you really haven't experienced anything. Like a grown man who really knows what he's doing, you're just getting an experience. Penis just like you're giving what? Penis just like you're giving inexperienced vagina. So really neither one of you knows what the F you doing or what you really like. I think at this point, you and your partner should be hoes. You gotta try a few before you find what your body consciously likes and what you know that pleases you. I think everyone who waits to marriage to have sex are deprived of what they really want. But who am I to judge? I'm not a sinner or a saint, but I'm just saying in this life you have to live. You can live and live. You can live and live God at the same time. Or am I wrong? I'll live and love God at the same time. And I said I would wait to my video to give my opinion on that. I'm just gathering information at this point. Now, guys, let me just answer her question. This is my personal belief. I've come to a grip that I allow people to be who they are. I allow people to serve whatever God you want to serve, live by whatever standards you want to live by, because we all just striving to be our best. None of us got the true answers. I got the answers that's best for my life. You got the answers best for your life. But if you're asking me my opinion about that, I personally believe if I could do it all over, I would wait till my marriage. I would wait till I got married to have sex for the first time. Just like what a lady said earlier in one of the messages, or if you're watching part 2, you should go back to part 1. What she said was when she finally had sex with her husband for the first time, that felt better than any one that she ever had. That felt right compared to the other ones that she had. And I can say the same thing for me on my honeymoon. Well, the night after, because me and my wife, we were too tired the night of. But it felt better during marriage. So yeah, I love you, sis, but I have to disagree a little bit. If I, wait till my wedding night to have sex with my wife and never have experienced anyone else, I won't have anything to compare her to, which I look at as a good thing. If you don't have anything to compare somebody to, then you can't say, well, I had it better here. You can't do what they do. Your body ain't shaped like theirs, or your throat ain't as big as. Never mind, I ain't got to say that, but that's just what I feel. And I asked her, a lot of women are saying that the vaginas can become more loose based on having numerous partners. Any validity to that? And she said, that's if you're a woman who F's numerous big cocks. Every day. Then you get with a man who has a nice yet average size penis. Boy, I tell you, women will say anything to make them not look effed up and make the vagina seem golden, like it's brand new. No hoe is no hoe is loose because you have had dozens of large penises, and that one average one you had said your ass was loose. Stop effing so many men and stick to your norm, which is probably 3 or 4 at this point. I tell you, man, I'm a woman, but I'm an honest one. I give these hoes no sympathy because I'm one of them. And I know them all too well because I've been around all kinds. And types. Don't let them lie to you. All women has done some whorish things, even if it was when they were younger, or now at the age that they're at, now. The difference is, did the change? I'm lost. Did the change, or can they be better? And are they taking the right precautions to clean their vagina? And are they doing tightening exercises to keep the vagina muscles right, tight and strong? Guys, I mean, you tell me in the comment section she wrong. What's going on? I mean, it sounds to me she told like a T-I-T-S. So this lady here, she's a very, very nice lady. I think she has a good perspective on this as well. She says size only matters if the person doesn't know what he's doing with it. I've had many orgasms with a well-endowed man and a teeny tiny man, all because they both knew what they were doing. I love it for sure, I said. From the conversations you hear from other women or the general knowledge that you have, why do you believe women have this phenomenon with a huge penis? She says, of course, we as people love big things. Big penises are only great for so long, like little penises. So I said, so are you saying a woman who is married wouldn't be satisfied long term with one penis? And she said, I'm not sure on that. I've never been married, so I'm only speaking from my point of view. Respect. And lastly, guys, this one here, I believe maybe not the best answer, meaning what we're looking for, but she may have the most correct information based on her using actual medical knowledge. She says, yes, because there is a such thing as too big and too small. 3 inches to 7 inches works for me. I'm built small, per my gynecologist. I said, very good info. So is that how you were prior to losing your virginity? After, or is that not a factor? She says, I work with OBGYN. Some vagina stretch to a certain width. It's the body makeup. I could stretch more if I birthed a child. And she said, not happening though. She said, I said, I hear you for sure. Good info. A lot of women are saying the vagina can become more loose based on having numerous partners. Any validity to that? She says, not true. I said, gotcha. So it's 3 to 7 inches the average. She said, pretty much. Every male is different though. I just stay in my lane. I said, from the conversations you hear from other women, what's up with this big penis phenomenon? Same question. She says, social media, porn, fast as hell, laugh out loud. They think that's the only way to have an orgasm. Stupid. So guys, there's so many different answers to that specific question. I mean, it's something that we know in life. There's so many answers to everything. I mean, no one thinks the same or feels the same way, but to a specific question like that, does size matter? That's definitely something that is a huge dynamic. But I want to stress, as a man, the topics that I referred to earlier. First off, it is definitely sexual assault, not physical, but verbal. To ever talk about a man's penis size, and anytime anybody bring that up, first of all, when I've said this on my social media platforms or in the videos I've had, I get laughed at, and mainly by men laughing at me. And it's not because I have a certain size that I'm trying to defend men with a certain size. I'm saying it's crazy out here, the fact that women have sexual assault and sexual harassment laws that are this totally women biased. It's biased against men, and men are not taking advantage of these things. Women complain so much about their man being a whore. Their man want to sleep with every woman here and there, because we don't take male sexual issues seriously. We don't take the way men view their own sexuality serious. For the time your little boy is 3-4 years old, well, my little boy gonna be a little player. My little boy gonna be a little pimp. Ooh, he cute. Ooh, he sexy. You let these grown women sexualize your little son, and then he turn out to be that whore. So anytime you want to blame that man for being that whore, you gotta look back at the woman that raised him, because most likely she raised him to be that whore. We do everything to, put a chastity belt around a woman's waist from the time she newborn. We put the SWAT team around her vagina from the time she born. I mean, that's some bull crap. Do the same thing for your little boys. It's so important. And protect men. Men should be protected as well as women being protected. I'm not saying one above the other. I'm saying it's equal. So protect men. When you ever see a man getting clowned about the size of his penis or about his penis at all, if he's not allowing that conversation to take place or introducing that conversation, that's called harassment. Secondly, what I talked about with these young ladies, it's the same thing. Protect your daughters, man. I mean, these young ladies, why do I need to hear a 12-year-old? I remember vividly, I may be pulling back the curtain a little bit too much, but who cares? I do it for everybody else, so let me do it for my life. I remember vividly being about 16, 17 years old. And you know how it is when you young, you go to family members' house and they got their friends over. Then they got sisters, and the sisters got friends. I ain't saying we're doing it with family. I'm saying family friends. Friends of family. And they coming over, and everybody spending the night. And after midnight, it's going down. So I vividly remember not even knowing how old everybody was. Not saying I cared too much, but I didn't know how old everybody was. I'm 16 years old. And I remember my male cousin was messing with a girl, and come to turn out, before the night was over, thankfully I didn't do it, but she ended up being 12 years old. But she was just as much willingly to be around us, messing around with each other sexually and stuff. And one thing I remember her saying is, I ain't gonna say who she said it to. I ain't gonna put nobody name out there. But she said she don't ever remember seeing a D that small. Now, how many D's have you seen, little girl? Like, seriously, how many have you seen? So that lets me know this is not no one-time incident that she was going through with us. This is something she's been doing on a day-in, day-out basis. So I'm talking about these issues for a reason. This is something that you have to do to protect our children, and it's a funny topic at times. It's an informative topic, and we need to know about this stuff. And it's very important to talk about the sizes for sexual satisfaction for adults. But these children should not be going through these issues. These children should not be experiencing things before their age is appropriate. It's your boy mel.on.mars. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, comment, let me hear from you. Subscribe to my channel. I want to give you more content like this on a weekly basis. I appreciate you for joining me. And as always, let's grow. Peace.